Good morning.
Is there an update on Rodney McLeod?
You know what? At this time, quite honestly, we're waiting on one more test result to come back, and I should have something later in the week. I keep pushing it down the road, but that's the truth again. So.
Do you think he has a chance to play against the Titans this week, or you think?
We'll find out once we get this last and latest report coming in. Yeah.
How's Alshon looking? Has he been cleared for contact, and you expect full participation?
Yeah, Alshon's doing well. He's cleared, and we're excited to get him in the mix and see where he's at. But we'll make a final determination, obviously, later in the week.
He's cleared for contact.
Yeah.
If he is able to,
We still have to make a determination with whether he's going to play or not. Yeah.
If he does play, will you ease him back in, or will he be able to kind of hit the ground running?
Well, you'll have to wait till Sunday.
cut scrolls in a Jai look.
We'll find out probably later in the week, quite honestly. Yeah. But they're both feeling really well, and they're excited to get some time, this week in practice.
What have you guys been missing without Alshon in the lineup at receiver?
What have we been missing?
Yeah.
Well, just overall, just continuity. We just finally get our quarterback back, and we've had some injury at the running back position, a receiver. So, just getting some continuity and some flow with that group, getting them to play together is something that in these next few weeks will be important for us.
So what do you like about your depth at safety? And would you guys consider maybe getting Rasul some reps at safety? Or is that
Yeah, we'll see how it unfolds this week. Obviously, I'm not going to get into the depth chart and the plan back there. We do have a plan for it, but we like where we're at and we like our options.
You have a roster move? I mean, you're gonna if Rodney can't go, is that?
Yeah, I mean that's always an option. Availability. If Rodney can't go, then there's that's always an option.
Doug, as far as Corey Clement in the return game, he had some kind of adventures fielding the ball. If Darren can't go, is he still your option to return punts?
Have you tried catching a punt in the rain? Yeah, okay. When you're younger. Corey, I tell you, Corey's a great player, and he does a lot for us. If we get Sproles back, obviously, it's Sproles' role. But, if Corey's the guy, then we just keep working with Corey.
Doug, you have a unique perspective as a former quarterback. What's your feelings on the emphasis of the sack rule and not being able to put your weight on the quarterback?
I'd say it's, again, I've said this before. I mean, the officials have a tough job. And deciphering, some of the rule changes and points of emphasis. And, to me as a former quarterback, it appears that those are good, clean hits, But, I don't make those decisions, obviously. But you just keep playing. Quite honestly, keep playing, keep coaching to play hard. And you just have to accept that something like that's going to happen, whether it's to your opponent or to us. And they're great examples to teach from and to learn from.
So how much do you expect the game to slow down for Carson? As much as he was moving around, it looked like with ease, cutting, stopping, running, everything else. But do you expect things to slow down even a little bit more for him? Of course, he didn't have that preseason. Has been out for 9.5 months.
I do. I think things will, come into focus a little bit more for him this week. Did some great things, obviously, last week, and not only through the air, but with his arm and how he managed, the run game. And I just think that the more reps and the more time he's out there, it just gets better and better. Things will begin to slow down, and we start getting more of the pieces around him back, will also help.
Doug, when Fletcher met with us in OTAs, he made it clear that his goal this year is Defensive Player of the Year. 3 games in, 3 sacks. Feels like he's at a different level. Is that a fair assessment? Do you think he's playing at a level that you've seen him play out before?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing extremely well, and again, we're only 3 games in, so it's going to be the full body of work, obviously, for 16 games. But he's very disruptive right now, and I think the addition of Michael Bennett and what Derek Barnett's done and Chris Long has done is awesome. BG coming back, I think all that's really helped Fletcher get the sacks and get the production that he wants. But listen, I love the fact that players set their standards high, and try to reach goals like that. I think it's admirable, and he's a player that can he's on track if he continues to play like he's doing.
The first 3.
Doug, you mentioned like a week or so ago that you're slowly starting to get the band back together. If Alshon plays, you get Jay and Darren back.
Will it be will it still take some time for everything to kind of fit
Oh, yeah.
together?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is not you're just not going to, I mean, you just saw it, I think you saw it in Carson's, play the other night. I mean, as well as he played, he can still get better. And so now we start getting some pieces back, but listen, it's not going to be kind of where we picked up at the end of the season last year. I mean, it's just not. I mean, it takes a little bit of time. So I'm excited about it because really sky's the limit now with the group, and they begin to work that chemistry out, in practice and in the games.
Doug, this is the first 3-4 base front that you'll see this season. Do they go hybrid in passing downs, and what are some of the challenges on run downs?
Yeah, these 34 teams that on paper are 3-4, they still play out like 4-3, just the way their structure is. Of course, they got some veteran players. They got two really good corners. They got some line, but Rockbo's obviously we know who he is, and he's a good, solid player. Has been for his career. But then when they go sub, obviously it's traditional. 4 down, 2 linebackers, things of that nature. They can obviously play with more linebackers, because of the structure that they have, and it's a challenge for us.
Doug, as a former quarterback and somebody who has been around some of the most gifted quarterbacks in the game, what is your evaluation of Marcus Mariota?
I really liked him coming out of college. I thought his athleticism, his attention to detail, his work ethic, he's a smart kid. I thought in the right system he would really flourish, and he has, and he's done some good things, and always been one of those quarterbacks. He's always been one of those guys that can be dangerous outside the pocket. You saw it in college, and you've seen it in his first few years in the league, and he throws a really good ball. I haven't really seen him in person until obviously this weekend, but if he gets a chance to start, obviously, and looking forward to watching him a little bit.
Hey Doug, what type of improvements are you looking for from Carson this week?
Well, I think just each week, just getting better with the offense, just attention to detail, kind of getting through his progressions, just allowing the game to kind of slow down just a little bit. I mean, he obviously home game, he was excited, emotions ran high, and he'll be a lot better this week, and just see incremental improvements each week, and obviously he understands that ball security is a big part of the success we have on offense, and just being able to take care of the ball.
With Fletcher Cox, some of his teammates were saying he didn't always want this kind of leadership role or wasn't embracing it until recently. How did you notice him sort of evolve and grow into that, and what do you see from him now with that?
I think a lot of it just comes through maturity, quite honestly, just growing up in the league and just having the responsibility of more responsibility put on you, and I think for me as a head coach, when I can lean on guys like Fletcher and leaders on the team and say, hey, I'm looking at you to take care of this situation over here, so they embrace that, and he's embraced that, and I've seen it this year through his willingness to be here in OTAs, obviously through camp and these first 3 weeks.
Doug, did you have to look at the analytics of Carson's throwing velocity on Sunday versus last year?
Yeah,
You have not,
no,
but you guys do the math on that typically?
Yeah, they've got it somewhere in a folder somewhere. No, I'm on to Tennessee.
What are the determining
I
factors?
just needed to get there on time.
That's all right. What are the determining factors to decide if Alshon plays on Sunday?
Well, I mean, obviously you got to just see him in practice, see how he moves around, see how he gets bumped around. The contact aspect of it, even though we're not live or anything like that. But and just see where he's at physically. With everything he's gone through. Again, it's a situation where you want to make sure the player's right, 100% right, before we put him out on the field.
What impact can Alshon make in this offense? We saw it last year, saw it in the Super Bowl. What kind of impact do you think he can make when he does return?
It definitely gives us offensively a shot in the arm, and he can become a big impact, quite honestly, with the offense, and the way we the way Mike Groh and myself we the formations and moving our guys around and moving them inside, moving them outside, and there's going to be obviously a progression with him, and I don't think it'll be instantaneous, but at the same time, the more comfortable he gets, the better he becomes. he becomes a target defensively, you know, as you saw in some of the games last year where he was doubled a lot, you know, especially in the red zone, and we know that's going to happen. He or Ertz are going to be sort of taken away if defenses can, and you know, but yeah, he makes a huge difference for us.
As a follow-up to that, his production aside, in what way does it help out Nelson in particular and Zach Ertz?
Well, if he's doubled, it obviously leaves them singled, and you know, that helps them right there. But I think just having those three guys together, kind of feeding off of one another, you know, route combinations, understanding concepts, helps. You know, helps Nelly, helps Zach, and really helps Alshon.
That's a nice job Sunday, not just catching the ball, but
Talking about Dallas?
Goddard.
Dallas.
Are you surprised at how fast he's become as good a blocker as he is, or did you see that when you scouted him before the draft?
You know, I'm not surprised. Actually, you know, you didn't see a ton of blocking on tape, but what was on tape was positive and encouraging for, you know, for us, you know, drafting a tight end. And then watching him throughout OTAs and training camp and the willingness. I think that's half the battle, quite honestly, just the want to. And you know, he details that just like he does route running, and that's what makes him and makes him good now, but it's going to continue to make him even better down the road. That it? All right. Thanks, guys.